Communities need a long-term vision that identifies crucial infrastructure, major housing developments, objectives to improve quality of life, and long-term sustainability. The administration must present a long-term plan that outlines essential infrastructure, significant housing development, goals to enhance quality of life, and long-term sustainability. The government may create a national spatial strategy by combining key evidence strands and long-term strategic decision-making in order to link housing expansion with other areas of nationally significant infrastructure projects and involve local leaders, preferably at the city-region level. An architectural policy should be developed in conjunction with the national spatial strategy to set forth a long-term vision for great places that is linked to economic strategy, and to explain how all levels of government can push this agenda in order to provide well-designed communities for everyone. The administration should go above and beyond what is required by city agreements to give autonomous city areas the resources they need to secure long-term sustainable funding. We believe that increasing the supply and improving living conditions are equally important when building new homes. If the government wants to increase the quality and quantity of new housing, it must grant local governments the authority to restart construction projects and foster public support for new housing. We provide a number of recommendations to assist in creating houses and communities that are economically, socially, and environmentally sustainable, ranging from financial strategies to investments in new housing patterns. A fundamental duty of any government is to ensure that there are enough places in quality schools. A child's physical and emotional well-being has a significant impact on how well they perform academically. Exercise, a healthy diet, and support for social and emotional welfare are necessary for children to pay attention in class. In spite of this, our approach to building schools falls short of their potential. If we do not do it right, we will regret being so frugal for a very long time. The government's current school construction initiative is simply too cheap. These designs are probably going to cost more to maintain and produce worse results for teachers and students. We highlight the benefits of a modest increase in capital spending on schools for both the present and the coming generations. In order to encourage healthy behavior as part of daily life, from birth to old age, the built environment is essential. We outline the role that the government and local governments should play in supporting healthy lifestyles and active travel by developing action plans for healthy infrastructure and sensible development standards. We also take into account the social, economic, and political effects of the growing number of people aged 60 and over when planning and building our towns and communities to accommodate aging residents. Government concern over the efficiency of our homes and buildings has increased as a result of rising energy prices, concerns over fuel poverty, energy security, and climate change. If we want to reduce our carbon emissions, we have a big problem because so many of our homes, workplaces, and public buildings leak energy, which is expensive and bad for the environment. We think about how to better insulate both domestic and non-domestic structures to solve this problem. Despite frequently being accused of being a growth hindrance, local planning authorities have had to deal with constant change and dwindling resources. In turn, this has decreased public confidence in planning's ability to direct new development for the common good and to advance regional objectives. The transition from a reactive to a place-based strategy may require a proactive planning system, according to the architecture and built environment. The government must make sure that through planning we establish clear standards for the quality and long-term viability of new construction, rather than concentrating on short-term financial gains. We require an efficient, long-term framework that is both clear and coordinated to establish national, regional, and local priorities that integrate spatial and economic strategies. The implementation of architecture policies, which outline a long-term strategic strategy for improving place quality through exceptional architecture and thoughtful public spaces, has been very successful in northwestern European countries. The objectives of other governmental organizations, such as those that deal with housing, planning, infrastructure, economic development, and the environment, could be coordinated as part of a comprehensive plan outlining how architecture and urban design could aid these organizations in achieving their goals. These policies, which are frequently high-level and non-prescriptive, establish the agenda by spanning political cycles and working in the long-term interests of people, communities, and small businesses. Denmark has used this tactic to explain the importance of design in raising the quality of life and connecting it to economic prosperity. The Danish people, who are renowned for setting the bar for innovation and sustainable development, have realized how crucial it is to consistently succeed at home in order to export these skills abroad. In order to recognize the additional value of high-quality design in creating resilient and sustainable places that people can be proud of, our towns and cities, buildings and public spaces, communities, and businesses need to share a similar, long-term governmental commitment. To create a cross-cutting architecture policy, the government should involve the general public and business. This has to outline a long-term vision for fantastic locations that is connected to our economic strategy and explains how every level of government can advance this goal. Consumer Trading Organization Limited will host additional concepts in the future.